The Salt Bay Chamberfest has become something of an institution in Maine, and it is about to return for its 29th season. With us here on 207 are two of the people who are going to be performing in it. Wilhelmina Smith, who is also the founder of the Salt Bay Chamberfest, and Kate Aldrich. Thank you both so much for coming in. It's great to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
Do you remember, whenever it was, how many years ago, that you had first that spark, that light bulb that went off in your head that said, maybe we should have this kind of an event?
Well, we're in our 29th season, so I was clearly just a toddler at the time. I think it really just came naturally out of a love of performing chamber music with good friends and colleagues. And then, you know, we were all students at the time, and now it's just grown and developed into a professional organization.
Kate, you live in the Mid-Coast as well, so when you get an invitation to participate in this, your response is?
Of course, absolutely.
Let's talk a little bit about what you're going to be doing this year. I think that sort of each year has a different theme. What is it for this year?
This year the theme is goddess. So if you think about ancient goddesses, they were real symbols of creativity and power and beauty, and I think that I wanted to take that idea and spin it in a bunch of different directions. So it goes from mythological stories to Baroque women composers to just inspiring performers such as Kate. So in lots of different directions. Kate,
when were you first struck by the opera bug?
Oh gosh, without going long and involved. I think it was sort of a gradual thing. I had lots of different musical interests, classical, jazz, even I had a rock band in high school. But I think over time, the more I was studying in grad school, I really discovered sort of the vastness of opera, and that was basically combining all of the elements of the other styles of music that I liked.
Real quickly, what was the name of your rock band?
Oh God, here we go. I feel like this always comes up in interviews. It was called Liquid Daydream.
Ooh, that sounds very trippy.
Yeah.
How do you go about getting performers? Because you've got a lot of talent that'll be coming for this. Where do they come from, and is it easy to attract them to Maine for this festival?
From a variety of different places, and they are all musicians of international stature, such as Kate. And you know, some I've known my entire life, in my entire professional life, and some I've just gotten to know recently through performing together or through shared colleagues. So there's always some kind of connection somewhere, and a lot of it is repertoire driven. So if we, wanted to do songs, then they come to a specialist. And
do you get to choose the material that you're going to perform?
It's a collaborative thing. I think once we knew that the theme was goddess, we sort of threw some repertoire back and forth, and then it really depends on what the ensemble is that we have, what instruments that we have at our disposal, and I think we found a good one.
You have both performed in North America, South America, Europe, Asia, so you're used to all kinds of international audiences, performing in all kinds of venues with all kinds of groups. What's it like playing in front of the hometown crowd?
Oh, it does make one almost more nervous in a way, because they know you intimately. They know you sort of as a child. They watched you grow up. They really know who you are. So in a way, it's very exposing, but on the other hand, you're putting on the character cloak, so to speak, of whatever repertoire you're singing. So then you also feel like you're putting on something that's not yourself. It's a very odd sensation, but you look out to the crowd and see all these faces that you know, and they're just there to cheer you on, which is
And speaking
really
of
supportive.
Performing for the hometown crowd, there's a great video that you have provided us with of you're out on a float in Round Pond, sitting on a lobster trap playing the cello. It's absolutely wonderful. Did you have fun doing that?
that was an experience. I kind of had fantasized about doing that for so many years, and then the pandemic provided that opportunity, and it was really interesting to be playing for seagulls and fish and rocks and water. So,
an enthusiastic audience, I have no doubt. Thank you both so much for coming in here. Again, it's the Salt Bay Chamberfest, August 7th through the 19th. Mostly in Damariscotta, one show in Rockland. More details on all of it in the 207 section of our website and app, so check it out there and stay with us. We're going to be back with more of 207 right after this.